Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Tampa Storm, and we're going to talk about a tropical surge coming your way real soon, right after this. Right after this. Alright, welcome back. So, what we have is some severe weather developing, and by June 5th or so, we should see our first tropical storm in the Gulf. And let's just, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into that. All right, so here is the radar, and it's playing, right? So the system that we're looking at right now is right here. Now this system looks like it's breaking up and things are kind of just going all over the place, but there are other models that we can look at and other graphs and things like that. What you're simply seeing here is the radar, right? Let me close this, change it to this. All right, so now we have the dirty weather radar, if you will. Let's try this again. So it kind of looks kind of like the same, right? Let's see what the visible is. All right, so this is kind of going over night and day, right? So far, by looking at this looks really disorganized, but it's not supposed to stay that way for long. And it's also going to be determined upon this major outbreak going on right over here. As you can see, the weather jet stream is kind of moving like this, so that could force this to kind of stay down for a little while or move it this way, right? So let's look at this. We have the Gulf of Mexico satellite, and there we can kind of see somewhat of an organized system here. However, it's kind of spinning the wrong way. All right. Let's see what else we got. This is more of a, oh yeah, I wanted to show you this as well. The Saharan air layer, that's a very important part as to if hurricanes will form or not, based on how much dust, if you will, let me get my pen out again, that comes off of the African coast. Right, this is basically wind blowing a lot of dust and stuff off the Saharan desert. That's why they call it the Saharan air layer. Right? So the more dust and the more dirt that we have, such as this brown area right here, the less chance of something clean and strong forming. However, as you can see, this dust layer is already kind of going all over the place right now as we speak. I mean, it's covering this whole area, and that's not good. Here's the system they were talking about that's going to potentially cross the Yucatan Peninsula and go into the Gulf. Right? So here we have the official report, which is a broad area of disturbed weather is expected to stretch across the portions of southern Mexico and the southwestern Gulf of Mexico for the next several days. An area of low pressure could form in this region by the middle of next week, and some gradual development is possible thereafter if the system remains over water, which it should. Regardless of development, heavy rainfall is likely over portions of southern Mexico during the next few days. The next special tropical weather outlook will be issued 9 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time Sunday or earlier if necessary. Formation chance for the next 48 hours low to near 0%. Formation chance through the next 5 days low to 20%. However, we have all seen things have changed as we look at these weather for. This is the other one. Again, they're saying about 20%, right? So here's Bermuda. This is not going to possess or pose any threats to the United States whatsoever, right? Let me go back over and see. I really can't do this one, sadly, because I mean I might be able to stretch it out, and we'll see what may happen. Let's do current days, and let's play this and see. Oh, this thing wants to play games, huh? Wow, that's because it was stuck on September. I really hate this. Stop. Current days. Bam. Still wants to... Okay, so we have to choose. Let's do this. There we go. Now let's see if we can get it to play. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so this is going through probably June 1st. So it's a little early to tell. However, this is May 31st going into June 1st. And as you can see, there is our potential right there. With the stream moving like this and kind of giving it a boost to go this way. However, that is the furthest out I can do. All right. So my warning to you, I guess, at this point is kind of keep your eye up. Make sure you're stocked up for your supplies in the event that there's a little bit of storm that take us down for a day or two. One more here is the GFS model. And right here, if you pay attention, you can see abnormalities in the pressure system. You can see other pressure systems trying to boost this little thing right here. So we have a high pressure system, abnormally high pressure system here. So all of what's going to go on here is really going to determine what's going to happen with the potential of a tropical storm on or near June the 5th. All right, so like I said, with that in mind, everyone kind of stay, aware. If this is going to become anything, it's not going to harm anybody. It's going to be a lot of wind, a lot of rain, not a big deal. The question of whether or not it's going to head for Texas, Louisiana, or Mississippi, or Alabama, or even the Panhandle of Florida still remains to be determined. We're still about 5 or 6 days away from that. So we're going to want to go ahead and keep an eye on that. The one off the east coast of Bermuda is not going to be any threat to anybody. If anything, it might hit Maine. So a lot of rain, a lot of wind. As we all know, the further north in the Atlantic that it does move, the colder the water gets, the weaker the storm gets. I wouldn't worry too much about that one. But like I said, around June 5th or so, we want to go ahead and start paying attention to any type of tropical weather activity in the Gulf. We should know a little bit more on around the 2nd or 3rd of June, depending upon, how much access I can get to that wind radar and the pressure radar. As of now, I can only go until May 31st. Sadly, they don't show us anything further ahead, which would be nice. But the nice thing is about that particular one, I can always go back and look at historical moments in time, such as Hurricane Irma and I can follow that whole thing, and we can obviously refer back to past data and past storms. So anyway, that said, yep, we need to be looking for our first tropical storm around the first week of June. We've already had 2 named storms before hurricane season started, so again, we definitely need to expect an active hurricane season. We need to have our supplies in check and our plans in check, because there's no telling who's going to get what if we get anything, right? So hit that subscribe button below. That subscribe button below, and the bell notification to get notified when other videos come out. Until next time, have a great day.